probably get underway then. So if anybody wants to request a question, please use the chat facility. It just makes it a lot easier for me to manage the press conference. And then we'll get started. We're going to start with the UK, and we'll go to Simon Mann from the BBC. Go ahead, Simon.
I'm just unmuting myself. Hello, hi, Jack. Good to see you. What do you feel about your chances of playing in the series? Ben Stokes is back. That sort of balances the side. It solves one of the potential problems from the summer that England had to play 4 pace bowlers, but they're potentially the prospect of 2 day-night test matches. How do you see your potential for playing in this Ashes series?
Yeah, well, I'm preparing to play definitely, and like I do for every series that I'm involved with. For me, the best way to go about it, obviously, try and prepare to play, and then obviously be really disappointed if I'm not. Yeah, obviously Stokesy back is a great kind of boost for all of us. Obviously, some of the things he's done in the past, and he's such an important player for us. And yeah, like you say, in terms of the balance, it really helps things out, and is probably good news for the spin department. Yeah, I think the wickets aren't necessarily going to be really spin friendly, but I think the spin has a big part to play in Ashes series, in series where England have been successful. That the spinner's got a big part to play. So yeah, I'm hopeful I can be the guy and play that role definitely.
There's been a lot of rain around. I mean, that normally points to seamers playing, but I mean, I'm just thinking spinners like to bowl. Have you found any sort of creative ways to practice with all the rain around, you specifically?
Well, we've been indoors quite a bit. I mean, I'm not shy of bowling in my hotel room anyway. So yeah, in front of the mirror, there's been a little bit of that, and yeah. So I mean, I've got in as much as I can. Obviously, we can't control the weather, and but I've felt decent when I have been bowling, and I wouldn't say I've not got enough bowling in. I think more the thing is just that time that you get from being in warm-up games and spending time in the field and that kind of things. But we've got quite imaginative with kind of spending time on feet. We went for a long walk in the rain yesterday, which was good fun. And yeah, I think things like that is probably made us come together as a group a little bit more, and yeah, we're a little bit probably closer, and morale's been good actually, and I think the lads have responded really well to that. So yeah, feeling pretty positive about where I'm at, and obviously hoping for there's still a week to go, and there'll be more preparations to come.
Everyone remembers Headingley 2019. How much do you crave creating a new Ashes story for yourself?
Yeah, well, I think that's the big from that series in 2019. Those experiences, it left me definitely wanting more of that, and I think the Ashes is such a special series to be part of, and to play in an away Ashes series. I mean, it doesn't get more challenging than that, and I think through that, it's a great opportunity and very exciting to be part of, and you hear Broady and Jimmy and Trotty's over here as a coach, and Collingwood, and these guys like talking about 2011, and yeah, I mean, it's so exciting, and yeah, that's what we want to create, and yeah, I want to be part of a winning team down under for sure.
But are you sort of fed up with the one not out, or you want to do something different and sort of grab the limelight for a different reason?
I don't know. I am not fed up with the one not out. I don't think I ever will be. But yeah, I know. I guess want to keep performing for England. That's what it comes down to, and I want to keep being part of winning games for England. So, but yeah, I think it doesn't get boring for me.
Great, Jack. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Simon. Let's go to Will Macpherson from the Evening Standard, live from Sydney. Go ahead, Will.
Hi, Jack. Hope you're well, mate. I don't want it all to be about Stokes, but could you just give us a sense of kind of how he's been? Obviously, it's been a while since he's played any cricket. How's he kind of building up? Have you faced him in the nets? Have you bowled to him? All that kind of stuff.
Luckily, I haven't had to face him in the nets, but yeah, he's looking really good. He's and he's fitted back into the group brilliantly. It's great to have him back around, and yeah, he's been brilliant, and he's such a team man, and I think the group is only better for having him in it, and he brings experience, but yeah, I think he really brings the boys together. So that's been really good, and yeah, he's looking good, bowling, batting. I've bowled at him, and yeah, he's not. He doesn't block too many spin balls from the spinners. So yeah, no, he's looked good.
And could you just give us a sense of your reaction when you found out he was coming? Obviously, there has been some difficulties getting into the side when he's not around. Presumably, you were grinning from ear to ear when you heard that news.
Yeah, definitely. I guess from the summer, the feedback was that Stokesy not being in the side or having that, all-round option in the top order kind of made things difficult for me to get in the side. So I think having him back is great. Also having Wokesy back, because Wokesy wasn't around for much of the summer. So I think that's a real good thing as well. So both of them back is hopefully positive for being able to fit a spinner in for sure.
And could you just give us a sense of how, you're talking about to Simon a little bit there, but how you have been kind of keeping morale high? Not much has been kind of going your way with all this rain and various other issues surrounding the game. Has there a little bit of a siege mentality kicked in a little bit? And is there other leaders kind of really rallying you guys?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think, we've had I guess you can't control the weather, can you? So I think we've been focusing really much on what we can control, and the other things kind of letting them go, and I think some really positive stuff can come of that. When you get perfect preparation and everything's laid on for you, sometimes maybe you can kind of miss a few things or kind of maybe, I guess I felt like I mentally had to be a lot stronger through this kind of preparation, with not the perfect, what would be seen as perfect preparation. It's actually finding ways of getting exactly what you need and disregarding everything else that you don't. So I think there's been some real positives come out of it for me and hopefully the other lads, and I think we're in a good place.
Cheers, Will. Let's go to Ali Martin and then Nick Hall, and then we'll take from the Australian media. Go ahead, Ali.
Hi, Jack. Good to see you and good to speak to you. I've got a couple of questions, actually. Firstly, I know it's a different angle, but I just wondered how much you have watched Nathan Lyon bowling in Australia. What, as a finger spinner, what can you get from watching how he goes about his business here?
Yeah, definitely. I think for years I've watched Nathan Lyon, and he's very impressive how he goes about his business. Just how strong his stock ball is, and on wickets that don't necessarily offer a lot spin wise. I think he's found ways to extract bounce and dip and all the other things. So a lot of overspin from him, and I think those are the kind of things that I've been trying to add in, but still, sticking to my strengths as well. So, you take little bits from everyone you play against. When I was in India, I'm looking at Axar Patel and Ashwin and seeing what I can take from them. So you're always doing that. But I think, it's important not to get too caught up in that, and also just stick to your strengths as well, and know that you're kind of playing at this level for a reason. And so it's a mixture of the two, definitely. But I've obviously watched a lot of Lyon bowl, and really love the way he does it, and definitely taking things from him.
Cool. And the other question I had was about your time playing in Western Australia in grade cricket about 6 years ago. Just wondering what you kind of learned during that time. I don't know, any funny stories that happened while you were playing for them? What was it like being the palm in a sort of tough school like that?
Well, I played for Wanneroo in Perth, and then I think 9 years ago I played out here in Brisbane for Valley Cricket Club, and I've had a bit of experience playing club cricket in Australia, and they were great experiences. Club cricket over here played to an extremely competitive level, and I think I know what to expect in terms of how the crowd might be, in terms of how nice they are to Poms. So no, I'm looking forward to all of that stuff that comes with it, and I can't wait to experience it all.
Cracking. Cheers. Go up.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ali. Nick Holt, and then we'll head to the Australian media with Josh McLean. Go ahead, Nick.
Hi, Jack. Ali's nicked my question there, no surprise. Just talking about your experiences in Australia, what have you spoken to anybody from outside the group to give you any advice about bowling here and coping with playing in an Ashes series?
Well, I've caught up with a few friends, maybe asked them a couple of questions, but I think I've probably watched enough cricket in Australia to kind of know slightly what to expect, and I've come here on a Lions tour as well, and so I do have that experience, and we've got Troy Cooley in the group as well, and so I had a couple of conversations with him as well, which has been useful. Obviously, Jeets now has joined up with us, and it'll be good to be back, around him. And obviously, he's played a lot of cricket in New Zealand, which is a similar. I guess wickets can be extremely flat and not a lot of spin, so I guess that's been really helpful. But we're in constant contact throughout, and I feel like, I guess the last few weeks we've been here, but the Ashes has been kind of in the back of a lot of people's minds for a while, and I think obviously over the summer not playing, I've kind of was thinking towards this series, I feel like preparations have been ongoing, and now it's just about getting out there and doing it.
From a team perspective, what was the kind of chat around the changing of the Australian captain so close to the series? I don't mean the specifics of what happened to Tim Payne, but just the fact that Australia have undergone a little bit of change so close to the start.
Yeah, I think we're very focused on ourselves, and again, sort of what I was saying earlier about focusing on what we can control and not the other things. So those kind of things are kind of distractions, and I think you can use those things to help you and go, oh, their prep's not been ideal as well, and they've changed their captain and who's their wicket keeper and all these kind of things. But I think next Wednesday when the game starts, it'll all come down to who plays the better cricket, and all those things become irrelevant. So just getting as much out of the prep as we can, but mentally can we be in a really good place and come together and play good cricket, and then all those other things are irrelevant. So yeah, I don't think that's taking up a lot of our thinking, and yeah, just focusing on what we can do.
Thank you.
Cheers, Holty. Let's go to Josh McLean, and then we'll go to 7 News Sydney as well. So let's go to Josh, please.
Thanks, Danny. Hi, Jack. There's obviously been a lot of talk about Ben Stokes, but Australia has a young bloke by the name of Cameron Green who brings a similar package, bowls quick and can bash the ball around and loves playing against spin. What do you know about him, and what preparations have you done to combat him?
Well, to be honest, like the analyst stuff, that's going to happen closer to the test match. To start with, we want to be, I personally want to be thinking about conditions and, getting used to conditions and just feeling rhythm, those kind of things. For me, if I'm bowling well, then I feel like I can bowl well to anyone. Then it's just going to be about field placings and, tactics, I guess, to those people. I mean, as a spinner, I'm not going to, I think analyst stuff can be a little bit overrated, and it's important to kind of, like, your best ball is your best ball, and, there might be slight changes to certain guys. So we'll look at that over the next week for sure. But he's obviously had a great start to Test cricket, and I'm sure he's a great player, and he obviously adds that balance to them as well, which is obviously needed, especially with the guys perhaps with the seamers not being able to bowl much from both sides. Then that first test is going to be, from a physical point of view, it's important to have those 4 options at least. So the all-rounder becomes quite important.
And just one on the battle we're all looking forward to, that we all thoroughly enjoy in the last Ashes series, of course, will be Stuart Broad versus David Warner. Has Stewie mentioned anything about, is he licking his lips about bowling on a pitch that's going to be pretty underprepared and have a fair bit of life in it in the first test at the Gabba?
I went for food with Brody and Anderson the other day, and some guy came out afterwards and started saying, "Hey guys, I just want to wish you the worst of luck at the Gabba." And so that was quite funny. And then he said to us, he said, "It's going to be a green seamer at the Gabba." And I was thinking, I'm not sure that's the best sledge to 2 of the greatest bowlers that England have ever had. So I think they were pretty pleased about that. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be green or what it's going to be doing. But no, Stu hasn't talked about that. I think, again, he's very focused on, he knows that conditions are obviously different out here. He's got his feet firmly on the ground, and he wants to kind of, I feel like he'll have a point to prove again, and he'll be excited for the challenge. And I don't think what happened in 2019, it's a nice confidence thing for him, v Warner, but I don't think it'll have much on this series. He'll have to bowl well again and see where that takes him.
Thanks, mate.
Hey Josh, let's go to 7 News Sydney, please.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Jack. Jack, just on the subject of the Gabba wicket, Shane Warne always said it wasn't so much the turn that he got there, but the bounce. I was just wondering, during those stints in club cricket and perhaps more poignantly on the Lions tour, 1, did you get to bowl there? And 2, would you like to bowl there, obviously, in the first test?
I'd definitely like to bowl there. I think, that's the thing that guys have said, is that, and Lions enjoy bowling there too with the bounce. And sometimes, people have said that potentially it turns a bit at the start of the game and then actually gets better. So yeah, there might be a chance to have an early bowl. And yeah, I'm excited. We've had training at Gabba the last few times we've trained before the race. Have a feel for it. The nets were, I don't know how similar they were to the middle, but yeah, just nice to be around the Gabba and feel those things. But yeah, looking forward to bowling there if selected.
And having felt that competitive edge in club cricket out here, and been made aware of what crowds will do, if your own fans can turn up at Headingley in skull caps and spectacles, what do you think the Aussie fans are going to do to you?
Well, I've heard that they're really the Aussie fans are really nice. So yeah, it should be good. But I think it's all part of it, and yeah, I look forward to all of those things. And yeah, excited to see what it's like first person, because I've heard great things.
Thanks, Jack.
Cheers.
Thank you. We'll take two more, Dan Bretting, and then we'll finish with Mel Farrell. Go ahead, Dan.
G'day, Jack. Just one question about, you're talking about playing to your strengths. A couple of left-arm spinners that have done that in Australia in the past in sort of winning teams were Paul Harris and Keshab Maharaj for South Africa. Have you also sort of had a little bit of a look at spin bowlers from other countries that have succeeded in Australia, and I suppose the role that they've played within a collective bowling attack?
Definitely. Yeah, we've definitely talked about that, and it's a great point. And maybe that's more kind of useful as well, as like to look at that rather than, well, probably to look at that and to look at Nathan Lyon and then work out where you fit into that, and what you can take and from a Nathan Lyon who's successful over here, but he's obviously grown up bowling in these conditions. People that haven't but have still had success. You know, South Africa, there are wickets that spin, but there are also wickets that are fairly flat. So kind of probably do similar things to what Nathan Lyon do, but I'd say yeah, definitely looking at those left armers that have had success is a good thing, because off spin obviously totally different, you know, finger spinner, but different parts of the pitch, bowling to right and left handers. So yeah, it's taking a kind of trying to look at as much information as possible, and then taking what helps you and fitting it into what you do. And I think that's been really important.
Thanks, Jack.
Cheers.
And last one, Mel. Go ahead, Mel.
Thanks, Danny. Hey, Jack, just sort of related to that, and I know there's the left arm, right arm factor in there, but it's been a pretty difficult place for finger spinners in Australia traditionally, for those who visit. You spoke about India last summer and some of the bowlers there. I just wondered what it was that you thought that they did particularly well to Australia.
Yeah, because I watched a bit of Jadeja, and I think tended to bowl. You know, I don't think he did too much different to what he does in India, and I think that's, you know, another nice thing to see, is that, you know, he's taken what he does and he's doing pretty similar things and having success. So, you know, I think I also take a lot of confidence from bowling in England against Australia in 2019. So I've experienced bowling at these guys. It's in a different place. You know, I know that they're attacking against spin, especially if we're playing on a wicket that's seaming around. They're gonna look to go after spin, and I think that's exciting for me. Is if they're playing shots, you know, that there'll be chances. So I've got to see that as positive, and I'm really looking forward to that challenge. And trying to help the team to take 20 wickets, and that's what I'll always try and do.
Thanks, Jack.
Yes.
Okay, thanks everyone. Hopefully we'll have some play tomorrow. We'll keep you in the loop overnight. Take care. Have a good day.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Danny.